Hello again. Last time I talked about the social self, and in this one I'm going to talk about the mental self. So, people are born with innate capabilities that empower them to manage themselves in various settings and situations, and cognition is a crucial part of an individual's development process which influences behavior, just as how behavior also impacts it. The way information is taken in and how it is analyzed and processed is a function of human cognition. So, cognition is defined as the complex array of mental processes involved in remembering, perceiving, thinking, and how these processes are employed. It is an umbrella term to cover all high-order thinking processes. So, if cognition covers all high-order thinking processes within an individual, a major focus of its study is the function of memory. It is the faculty of the mind through which information is acquired and retained for later use. And it functions in three levels. First is sensory memory, which is the level that allows information from the external environment to be perceived by an individual through senses. Short-term working memory, which is where information is temporarily stored and where information is simultaneously remembered and is in a readily available state, typically from 10 to 15 seconds up to 1 minute. And it can store up to 5 to 9 items, after which information is discarded if there is no conscious and deliberate effort to retain it. When there is a deliberate effort to store information and it is done consistently and with practice, then this information is transferred to long-term memory. Information stored in long-term memory is often permanent and allows for repeated retrievals across situations. Another part of the mental self is intelligence. The term is referred to as an individual's capacity for understanding, learning, planning, and problem-solving with logic, creativity, and self-awareness. It is characterized as the application of knowledge to be able to adjust to the environment, and it is also the process of applying knowledge in the proper context whenever the need arises. There are also some theories regarding intelligence, the most famous being Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences and Robert Stenberg's hierarchic theory of intelligence. If cognition, memory, and intelligence are underlying mechanisms that allow people to perceive, process, and apply information for daily adaptation, then learning is a natural consequence of these mechanisms. Learning is defined as a relatively permanent change in a person's knowledge or behavior as a result of experience. That definition connotes three things. The change is long-term. The source of change comes from within the external structures of memory or knowledge of the individual, and the change is attributed to the personal experiences of the learner in their environment. People learn in many ways, and several theories and models have been forwarded to understand and explain how learning works. One such theory is the social cognitive theory, which emphasizes the value of the social environment in one's learning processes that is built on observational learning. And based on this theory, there are 4 stages in observational learning: attention, retention, motor reproduction, and motivation. After all those, learning happens. Learning happens even beyond the classroom. It happens in daily situations. According to the social cognitive theory, there is an interaction of personal, environmental, and behavioral factors that accounts for behavioral change. The notion of learning is underlined by notions of self-efficacy and human agency. Self-efficacy is defined as the extent to which people believe that they can confidently learn and master a particular skill. So, according to Albert Bandura, self-efficacy can be developed through the following: accomplishing simple tasks that lead to more complex tasks, so mastery experience; observing an identifiable model who accomplishes the task, social modeling; being relaxed and calm before pursuing a challenging task, improving physical and emotional states; and providing encouragement and feedback during the accomplishment of a challenging task, or verbal persuasion. So apart from self-efficacy, human agency is another valuable principle in the learning process. People are not products of inner forces or environments, they are self-regulating and proactive. From all that, we can say that in the learning process, students are equally accountable for their performance as much as their teachers. While teachers are considered agents of motivating the learning process, students have the responsibility to be equally involved as well. It is in this perspective that students are considered agents of their own learning and that they are expected to invest in their own learning. This leads to the question of how much an investment should students make in the learning process. So there are 2 strategies that students can use, which is surface learning and deep learning. So that's all. Thank you for listening. And up next is the emotional self.